Good morning. I would say, as you can probably tell by the light, but actually on camera it looks really good. But it is early. I had intended to go to sleep, not early last night, but early enough, and then to sleep in this morning. I ended up really struggling to sleep last night. Well, once I was asleep, it was okay, but my mind was racing, my heart was racing. There's been some stuff at work, and it just really made me struggle to sleep. So excuse the morning voice, by the way. So I think I only ended up going to sleep around 12:30, which still isn't that late, but certainly later than I would have liked. I'm gonna put the duvet back on. And then this morning, basically because I was struggling to sleep about this work thing, I messaged one of my colleagues a voice note, actually two of my colleagues a voice note. And this morning around 7:10, I had a response, my phone buzzed. And at first I was like, I'm not gonna look at it, I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then about 5 minutes later, I just couldn't fall back asleep. So I've now been messaging them both because I actually had responses from both of them and just talking it through. And I'm kind of just impatient to get to work now to talk it through even more. But I realised, I think one of the reasons why I've been as tired as I have been, obviously I've been very busy, but on top of that, there has been some stuff going on at work, and I think it genuinely has manifested itself into my body. I think usually I'm quite good at keeping it separate and letting go, and work finishes at work and I come home and I relax. But I feel like I've obviously been doing a lot of extra hours at work, and I also think there's just been so much going on, especially something happened on Monday, and I think it really as I say, has manifested itself in my body. I can feel it in my heart. I can feel my heart not racing necessarily, but definitely beating faster. So yeah, I'm just kind of impatient to get to work and talk it through. But seeing as I'm up early, I am going to make the most of it. And then if it means going to bed early tonight, that's fine. I finish work at 7:30, but I can then go to sleep. And hopefully if I'm tired, then I'll sleep even better. Actually 12:30 to 7:15 is probably my usual night. So it's not like it's, an early or a shorter night. It's just not as long as I was hoping for. I've just realised there's a plant in the way, a leaf, but we're going to just pretend that was the plan for the aesthetic. I've also been thinking about getting cards, just buying a pack of 50 generic cards so that I can carry out one of my resolutions, which is to send more physical cards, and I'd like to get it before the Christmas period so I can give out Christmas cards or holiday cards. And then I'm also thinking about, there's only one Christmas gift I need to get, and that's for Wayne, and I'm just trying to figure out what it should be because we've both said we're going to do small gifts, and I have a lot of ideas but I'm not sure what to go with. So yeah, there's just a bunch of things and it's all good, it's all fine. I got quite a lot done last night, which was good. But yeah, I think I just need to get into work, talk all this through, hopefully get some sort of resolution for it, or at least, air it out. And then we can hopefully get some better night's sleep, I hope. But yeah, I just wanted to give that update because that's a reflection of my life and that's where we're at right now. I am going to finish talking to you now. I don't know if I'm going to film anything else this morning. I did consider going for a run, seeing as it's early and it's light, but I just can't really be bothered. I probably should. I haven't run, I've run once since the half marathon in September, but I just can't be bothered. I mean, it would be so easy to go out for half an hour, but I don't want to. No, I can't want to. What's the weather? It's about 5 degrees, it's not freezing, but it did rain a lot overnight. I'm gonna leave it for now. If I still have the motivation a bit later on, maybe I will. But for now, I'm just gonna chill. Okay, I'll catch up with you at another point. If not this morning, then probably this evening to give you an update. Bye! Okay, it's been about 2 hours since I spoke to you this morning, and I've spoken some more with those work colleagues, and we've made a plan for today, and I've now only got about 2 hours until I need to go to work, so I feel good. I feel in a better place. I've been editing, which has kept my mind busy. I've been watching some YouTube while I'm waiting for it to save. I'm feeling better. But I'm also feeling hungry. And yesterday, I forgot I did this, when I went to the shop, I went quite late because I came after meeting a friend, and there were some pancakes on offer, or discounted, to 60p. So I am going to have some pancakes for breakfast. Usually, as you probably know by now, I make my own pancakes and I generally go for thinner rather than thick, but I actually ate a lot of these when I lived in Ireland and was a student. So I'm in the mood for these, and I'm gonna have them with some duo and some hagelslag. It's not a weekend, it's not a birthday, but it's a day for it. It's a celebratory day because I've decided it to be so. Yay! I'm happy, I'm excited, I feel good. Crazy how quickly things can change when you just talk about things. Huh. Hello, I've just got in from work and I'm a bit annoyed because Spotify Wrapped. I said it this morning, I looked when I woke up first thing this morning. I looked multiple times, probably twice every hour, on the half hour and on the hour more or less, and it still wasn't there, I was trying to look up like what time does Spotify Wrapped usually come out, still didn't tell me. Then I went to work and about 2 hours later I had a message from my cousin saying, hey, this is my Spotify Wrapped, come on. But before I do anything else tonight, I'm going to film my Spotify Wrapped video where I look at it together with you for the first time. Whew, I need to catch my breath first, I guess, and then I will go for it. Hello. I've been tired, I think I've mentioned. I've been busy, I've been overwhelmed at work, and last night already I was like, oh, I'm exhausted because I finished work at 7:30 and then I ended up speaking to someone on the phone for another like hour or so. So it was just, and I ended up going to bed, not super late, I think it was around 11:30, but still later than I would have liked. But I was like, it's fine, I need to get up tomorrow, but at least tomorrow evening I finish work around 5:30, I'll be able to come home, do the dishes, do the laundry, have some good food, you know, like feel good. And again this morning I was like, I'm tired, but I'm just gonna get through today and then we'll be fine. And then I got to work and I got a notification reminding me that I'm working at my other job tonight. And because I hadn't checked it beforehand, I didn't have a change of clothes with me because at the other job I've got a uniform, and I didn't have my Oyster even with me. So I needed to come home, and I now have about 10 minutes, well it was 15 but now I'm chatting to you, so about 10 minutes to do my quick turnaround and then head off again. And I'm working until 9, usually when I do these after work shifts it's until 8, but 9's just like ugh. And I'd hope to go shopping, like there's a lot happening. I've spent the last few days trying to find like a big pack of cards that I can buy, and I think I found one. I looked again today while I had a little break at work, and I think I found something that I'm gonna buy. So this is, you know, in an effort to actualize the resolution I had about giving cards. So that like the thought of that makes me excited. And then what else was I gonna say before I need to go? Oh yeah, I got to work. Even as I was walking to work, I could feel I was very agitated and like very overstimulated by everything. And I could just sense, we work as a team and I really, really, really like the team, but they're very social and they like to chat a lot. And I could just sense that like today was the kind of day where I didn't want that. I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to like be on my own essentially and just work through, because we have so much work to do at the moment, and I feel like we're really behind, and I just wanted to like have no distractions, just crack on, you know, super focused. And at first I was like, how am I going to do this? And I decided very early on, we have some headphones that are for the phones, but it also is connected to our computer. And it's very clever, like it blocks out the computer sound if the phone rings. And I was like, I can just play a YouTube playlist of music, have the headphones on, and that way, A, I'm not hearing too much other noise, but also people are less likely to talk to me. And that's what I did. I put on a Dodie playlist, had the headphones in, and just like smash through. And yes, occasionally people tried to chat to me, but it was definitely a lot less than usual, and it felt so good. And I started off the morning feeling like, again, that like tension in my body and just like the agitation. And then by about 2-3 o'clock, I finally decided to take a break, and I could just feel like the weight had been lifted, the tension was more released. There was extra tension added in when I realized that I was going to this other job tonight, but at least like the workload feels easier. And also having had that space from people definitely made a big difference. So I feel a lot better about going to the second job tonight, and I feel like I'm a lot friendlier now than I feel I was this morning. Friendlier is not the word I was looking for. In Dutch it's vrolijker, like more joyous, I guess, or more like happy, cheerful. Anyway, I need to go in like 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop talking to you and just find something that I can bring with me to eat, because I've not had proper food today at all. And I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. And then I'm gonna go. And I may see you when I get home, I may not, it just depends how tired I am. Okay, onwards and upwards. Good evening. I've come home. I came home nice and early. I left work a little bit early, and then there was a bus practically immediately, and it was all very smooth, which is very nice. And then I went to the shops. There were a couple of items I wanted to get, all very small, very practical. But I was hoping, with how late it was, that maybe there would be some stuff
discounted that could help inspire me for supper tonight. Just something easy I could either throw in the microwave or the oven or whatever. But alas, no such luck. But I had already thought if I can't find something, I could do tortilla chips with some cheese. And I did also buy avocado, but I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet. I definitely, like, work was really chill and I didn't feel any pressure, which is good. I do have a lot more shifts than I realise over the next few weeks, so I'm gonna see if I can get any of it covered, but we'll see. But I got a compliment on my curls, which is nice because I actually do feel like they've been sitting well this week, but they are so unpredictable and you just never know with them. So it's nice that they're working and that I got a compliment on it. I also feel really put together. Obviously, I've mentioned many a time the hair really helps, but I think this coat, I mean, first of all, this top, which I've not worn very much for reasons I've explained in the past. I'm also wearing my like nice jeans. I mean, they're still from Zara, they're not that nice, but I was either wearing my really skinny ones, which are very tight, or my black Primark ones, which also now are starting to get a hole in them. But these are like more well-fitting, higher waisted, slightly more stretchy, and it's making me, I wouldn't necessarily say happy, but it's definitely happier than I was in the other jeans. But I think the star of the show today is the coat. I got this coat from my grandma a couple of years ago. And listen, I've mentioned many a time, I don't need more coats. I have too many coats. I keep getting coats from my grandma every time I see her. But this is really well fitting and it's a nice, I mean, it's not such a nice color, it's just navy, but I like navy. And it's warm and it's got a hood and it's got some pockets. But yeah, when I like walked in and looked in the mirror, I was like, oh, it fits me really well. And as I've mentioned before, I generally don't have clothes that fit me well because most of it is secondhand, or I purposely buy too big or never too small, but if I accidentally buy something too small and then it doesn't fit, but I still like it, I will keep it. So it's nice to have something that looks nice. And the thing is also, like, my grandma does buy better quality things and like higher standard things. So yeah, it's just nice. Anyway, I've just put the oven on and I'm gonna throw the tortilla chips in with some cheese and then maybe I'll do the dishes, although I'm not feeling it. But I will definitely order the cards. I wanna order them. I kept looking at them while I was at work. I love them. I love the idea of them. It makes me very excited and I would love to get them before everyone disappears for Christmas so I can give some to colleagues. And then I'm just gonna watch some YouTube, I think. My camera's about to die, so I'm going to leave it there. And I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow. I've got a busy day again tomorrow, so I might see you Saturday night or another time. Bye! Hello. I have just had a really, really good experience at the dentist. I don't hate going to the dentist in a way that I know some people do, but I still don't love it. Like, I do it because I know I need to get my teeth checked. I've not, thank goodness, so far ever experienced any issues, but I'm always nervous. I'm always like, oh, they're gonna say my teeth are rotten and whatever else. I'm very like, ugh, about teeth. But this experience was just on the NHS, so like not a private experience. And this dentist was amazing. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, but usually when I go to the dentist, they'll say a bunch of numbers, they'll say a bunch of letters, they'll be looking at your teeth, they'll be prodding around, and you have no idea what's going on. And this dentist talked me through every single thing. And like every time he would need to use a new thing, instrument, he would say like, okay, this is how this one's gonna feel, and this is where I'm gonna use it, and just unbelievable. So considerate, I thought. And then he showed me my x-rays and was like, this is what's going on. But best of all, and this is my favorite thing that happened, very often, again, don't know if you guys have the same dental experience as I do, but whenever I go to a dentist, they'll use their little mirror and look at your teeth, and I'm always curious what they're seeing. And this time, he gave me my own mirror to show me what he was seeing in his mirror. It was amazing. It made me so happy. Oh, and actually very early on, he was like, oh, do you know your tooth is chipped? And I was like, no, I did not know that. That's concerning. And then he like kept looking and he was like, oh, never mind. Actually, I think that's just how your tooth is formed. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, no, that's okay. Like, don't worry. And he like kept talking me through it. It was like, look, and then again, he showed me with the mirror. He was like, this is what I'm seeing. This is why it's not a problem. This is just natural. Oh, what a relief. What a lovely dental experience. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I have a couple of hours. I have longer than I was expecting because they saw me earlier than I was expecting, and it was quicker than I was expecting, and I'm home quicker than I was expecting. So I've got like an hour before Shabbat comes in, which is very nice. I might get on to editing some Vlogmaker stuff because I am behind. But yeah, it's nice. I love this. All right, bye.
Hello, hello.
Look what's arrived. This is smaller than I was expecting, but I'm actually quite glad about that because I was imagining this huge box that I wouldn't know where to store, but this is very manageable and there's going to be 100 cards in here, hopefully. And can I just say, what a bargain. I will link this down below. This was £15 for 100 cards. Just to put that side by side, I bought a birthday card in Sainsbury's because it was my friend's birthday and I haven't seen her since and I want to give her this card. One card was £2. For this, the equivalent is going to be one card is 15p. Obviously not worth it if you're not going to give many cards in a year or whatever, but I know that that's very much my goal for 2026, and I'm going to get started on it now. So what I want to do is I definitely want to write this card, because I haven't yet, and I'm seeing my friend on Tuesday, but I also want to open this up and look at the cards and pick out a couple of like Christmassy holiday ones. They're all blank, but just something that feels a bit Christmassy, because I definitely want to, I'm seeing another friend hopefully on Wednesday and I want to give her one. And then I also, I think, want to give some to my work colleagues. I need to maybe figure out exactly who I'm giving to, but let's see what we can find. I am so excited. Also, like, I just like the way the box looks. That's already made me happy. Dun da da! Yay! I'm thrilled. I'm so excited. Right. This looks like it's... Oh, I like the way this opens. That's fun. That's not what I was expecting, but that makes me so happy. Look at this. All the different coloured envelopes. One of the reasons, I was looking at so many different options, both on Amazon and on different websites, and I saw this box, and initially I wasn't going to go for it because I didn't think it came with envelopes, and then I saw in the comments and like in the description or somewhere I saw that it did, and I mean, glorious. Absolutely glorious. I won't go through each of the cards. Oh, it looks like there's sort of 3 of each. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but like these blue ones caught my eye first down here. And then also in the middle here, and I don't know, it just looks like there are repeats. Which is understandable, obviously, but that's interesting because I wasn't expecting that. But I could be wrong. I don't even know how to do this. Do I just pick out a handful and like go through? They are a little bit smaller than I was expecting. I think I was expecting them more like similar to this size, so they are a little bit smaller, but they're still like a perfectly decent size. Again, there was another collection, I think it was 50, or maybe 30, and I think they were really cheap, but they were also, when I like measured them, absolutely tiny, so I'm happier with these. This is so fun. This already makes me so happy. Oh, okay, so they're not like identical, but they are quite similar. Do you see? So, fun, fun, fun. These are so fun. But none of them scream holidays to me, or even winter. So, am I going to regret like taking them all out and putting them all back in? Probably, but that's what we're going to do. Maybe I'll put them like that so I know where I'm at. I like this one a lot. That's a nice one. They're all so nice. They're so cheerful. I love it. Some kiwis for our kiwi friends. Lots of rainbows, bananas, randomly. Oh, these are all the fruit ones. Cherries. That kind of feels a little bit wintry. It's not very dark, but maybe I'll keep it to the side. I like the stars as well. I love this. Oh, this is bringing me so much joy. Okay, let's just... I've already ruined the way it looked, but hey-ho. I mean, this feels kind of Christmassy just because of the colours. And potentially that one you could maybe get away with, maybe. We'll put it there. Pineapple. Oh, I like the flowers. Again, like it being dark makes me think maybe wintry. Oh, this is gorgeous. Maybe that one as well. Maybe that, again, because of the colours. And this one, do you think that's intentional? Do you think they know that like some of these might be used for Christmas cards? I don't know. Oh, I love this so much. Oh, that's definitely a good one. That's like perfect winter one. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This is a good way. This is a good resolution, and then it's a good way to action, or, you know, get started on the action for resolution. This is not super wintry, but again, it's the dark blue that kind of makes me think it can go in there. Oh, this is, I'm thrilled. I'm so happy. And it's so nice when you like have a plan in your head and then you start to execute it, and the execution makes you happy. I could like actually sort through these and like categorize them by spots and stars and flowers and whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. That feels a little bit Christmassy, maybe. I don't know. That feels a little bit Christmassy. Again, the colors. Okay. Right. How many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be enough. That might even be more than enough. I'm so excited about this. I think what I'm going to do is make a list of who I want to give cards to, because it definitely won't be everyone. And not that I don't want to give all my colleagues, but a lot of people do shift work where I work, and I don't want to have to give like every single shift work person. I want to just give the people I kind of work directly with, closely with, and frequently with. And then I'm going to write the birthday card as well. I'm so excited. I'm so happy about this. And my idea, which I even thought about getting just blank ones for this very reason, but I also know that I'm not quite creative enough and I think it would look childish. The only thing is I've just realised, does it slide in sideways? No, that's right, okay. So I'm thinking when you open it up, because it's completely blank, that I write the message on the right side, yeah, and maybe do like a doodle or something on this side. But again, I don't want it to look like childish, so I need to have a think about that. But yay, I'm so excited about this. My other project for today was going to be clearing up my like happy birthday stuff that's on my windowsill and putting up the Christmas stuff. And there were two places where I thought the Christmas stuff might be, and it was in neither of those. I was so sure it was, so when it wasn't there, I was like, oh, what am I going to do now? So it's either going to be, most likely, in one of those big cases that I don't really want to get to, or Wayne's going to have put it somewhere that I don't recall. So I'm going to leave it until he gets back. He's away at the moment until a little while from now, another 2 weeks or so. But I will ask him when he gets back, which is a shame because obviously by then it's like basically Christmas is over. But anyway, I know I've mentioned it's been a busy week. I don't know if I've mentioned just like everything. I probably haven't. But I knew this weekend I was going to need the time to recharge and also like not socialize too much. And I was meant to work a double shift tomorrow, doing a morning at one job and then the evening at another. And I could just sense that that was going to be a struggle for me. I would be able to do it, but it would make the next week much harder. And so I wanted to see if someone could cover me, and they said they could. So they have, which is amazing. And I was really looking forward to this free evening tomorrow because I finish work around 1:30 and then I'll have the rest of the day free. But after Shabbat, I checked my phone and I had a message from this like actor community, I'm going to call it, about a social event they're doing tomorrow night and if I was going to come, which is so lovely that they reached out to me. I think that's very kind and in a way generous because I've never met anyone from that group before and it's quite a private event. So I'm not sure. I think it would be good to go socially and also professionally, but I need to weigh up where I'm at mentally. But I know that I would like to go. So I've said to them it's kind of work dependent, and I'll just show up if I can, basically. And thankfully it's not being held actually too far from where I live, so that's nice and lucky. But I do hope that I have enough energy to go. But we'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow. You can probably hear my computer whizzing in the background. For the last hour since Shabbat's gone out, I've been editing another Vlognica video because I was feeling very behind on those. And having done this one, once it's saved and uploaded, I'll feel a bit more on top of it all. But aside from that, I've not got much else to share, I think. So I'm going to check if that video is saved. I'm going to make a list for Christmas/holiday cards. And then I am going to chill, probably. We'll see. Okay, bye. Oh, I know what I need to do. I spoke to my parents yesterday, and we are more or less ready for me to book flights to Australia, but I need to find flights to Australia that are reasonably priced, which is difficult. So I'm going to spend some time doing that this evening and then messaging them which flights I've seen and seeing if we can get that booked, which is very exciting. Okay, I will keep you updated. Yay! Hello, I've just come in from work. I had to start a little bit early and I finished an hour late. And then I quickly went to the shops. I got a refill of pasta because I'm about to use up the rest of what we had. I got some carrots because I'm going to make carrot soup. I've really been in the mood for soup for the last like week or two. And I just like the idea of having a big batch ready in the freezer. And then I bought like a lemon to go with avocado that I already have and some more wedges because they're good. So I've boiled the kettle and I've currently got water on the stove for the pasta, which I'm about to throw in once the water reaches boiling. And I'm gonna get started. I've got a little box here. This is where we keep our onions and garlic. I've not looked at this in a while, so I'm worried a lot of it's gonna be off, but we're gonna use what we can and start prepping the carrot soup. And once I've prepped this stuff, I really wanna throw away the bin. Empty the bin, as other people would say. I'm still undecided about tonight. I'm leaning more towards not going, just because the weather's not very nice. Like, it's actually not cold, but it's just very, very wet. And I do like the rain, but I don't know, it's not putting me in the mood to go out tonight. But we'll see. I've got a couple of hours. Like, if I were to go, I would probably need to leave around 7, and it's now about 2:30. So I've got a couple of hours to decide and see how I feel and also what I can get done. And then I know that if I were to go, I won't go for the whole time, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and get some B footage now. Is that what it's called? B-roll, of me prepping stuff, but I'm never very good at that. And also our kitchen's very small, so we'll see how we manage. Hi, so I did the cooking and then I spent some time on my laptop just watching some YouTube videos, and then I decided to have a nap. And I was out immediately, and then woke up again like 20 minutes later. But I had given myself an hour, and so I did go back to sleep, and then I woke up naturally, checked the timer, and I had 1 minute left. So I've got up, I'm gonna go out, that's why I set the timer. So I may end up regretting that. I hope I don't, I hope it's worth it. But I hadn't blended the soup yet because it was still quite warm and my blender doesn't like that. So I'm gonna try and blend the soup before I leave, but I also wanna make sure I've got, you know, a change of clothes ready to go so that I know what to throw on once I've finished doing the soup. And then I will go. Hopefully it'll be nice. Hopefully I don't stay, you know, too long. And then I'll let you know when I get back. And I will hopefully still sleep well. That was my only way up with having a nap now. I know it can often affect my nighttime sleep, but hopefully it's gonna be okay. Let's go. Hello, I don't know how well you can see me, but I'm gonna put in a new bin liner while I'm chatting to you. I did empty the bin, even though I didn't want to, but I did, and I'm very glad I did. I went to this event this evening. First of all, it's not even 10 o'clock yet and I'm home, which is lovely. I'm very glad it wasn't as long as I thought it would be and that I was able to leave early. But second of all, it was so nice. I am so glad I went. I think I mentioned before, and even if I didn't, I know I was thinking it. I really hope this is worth it because I obviously spent a lot of time debating and I need my recovery time at the moment and I need my home time at the moment. But actually, on a triple fold, I'm really glad I went. Number one is just socially. I have my friends who I met in drama school, all of whom have moved, or most of whom have moved here, and I love them dearly and I love seeing them and I love our relationship. But I wouldn't be against meeting some more people. And actually in that vein, I also would very much not be against meeting more Jewish people. I'm just gonna wash my hands and then I'll come and finish talking to you. I feel like I don't know that many Jewish people full stop, but especially not my age. And it would just be nice to have a bit more connection with other Jews my age and in the same field as me. Number 2 and 3 are kind of similar, but number 2 is for networking reasons and number 3 is kind of more professional reasons, but they kind of equate to the same. Basically, I feel like joining this will give me more opportunities and more opportunities to perform, which I want. And honestly, I'm so glad. Like, I do feel like I ticked some of those boxes. Obviously, like, it's a long-term thing. It's not just a one-off. But I'm really hoping they do more social events that I can attend. And I also hope that they do more performances that I can be a part of. And yeah, like, I think just showing my face and getting known helps. Like, I did send in a self-tape a while ago. Well, maybe not that long ago. But it's always different when someone gets to meet the person in person and see what they're actually like. And hopefully I left a good impression. I had a really good time. I got chatting to everyone. There were like different conversations going on and I feel like I participated a little bit everywhere. And yeah, it was just a really, for me, it felt like a really big success. And I'm so glad because it could have been a nightmare and it could have been something that I deeply regretted. And I'm so glad that wasn't the case. As I say, it's now practically 10 o'clock, so theoretically I should do the dishes. They always look worse when that big pot is in there because it's so big, but I should do them. And then aside from that, I think I'm just going to watch a bit more YouTube. and then chill, and then go to bed hopefully on time, and hopefully sleep okay. But overall, I'm really glad with how today went. I'm really glad. And do you know what? I'm glad that I didn't commit either way earlier, because I know that I'll often preemptively say no to things, and often I'm right about that. Often I am right. But sometimes the things I want to do to feel like I'm on top of things actually don't take me as long, and I have more time than I think I need. And that's what happened today. I knew I wanted to meal prep. I knew I wanted to make the soup. I knew I still had to have lunch, and I knew I wanted to do like some YouTube editing stuff. And I got all that done, and then I watched some YouTube, and then I had time for a nap. And then I still had the rest of the evening free. And so by that point, I was like, okay, I feel like I've recovered enough and reset enough, and I'm on top of things enough that I can go out for a couple of hours. And I wouldn't have been able to see that, you know, too far in advance. So I'm glad that they were okay with me sort of giving a last minute notice. But yeah, overall, big success. I'm very happy. I'm going to do these dishes, which I'm not so happy about. And then I probably won't see you again this evening, but maybe hopefully tomorrow. I still need to write those cards. I haven't got round to that yet, so maybe I'll do that this evening as well. Yay!